In our previous class, we were saying that government has the power to give exemptions. Now you should have asked me, yes, you understand that government has the power to give exemptions, but from where does this power come from? From where the government got the power to give exemptions? This power is given under Section 11 of CGST Act. So Section 11 of CGST Act gives power to the government to grant exemptions on goods and services. Now what does Section 11 says? Section 11 is again categorized into three subsections: subsection 1, subsection 2, subsection 3. In our class we will be talking about subsection 1 first. So what subsection 1 says? Subsection 1 basically says when a government can give exemptions. Now if you remember, in our first chapter somewhere we were discussing that all the decisions regarding GSTs are made by GST Council, and even decisions regarding exemptions also are decided by GST Council. In Section 11 it says the government can give exemptions, the government can grant exemptions provided it is recommended by GST Council. So only if GST Council says let us exempt these goods or let us exempt these services, there is exemption on that. Continuing the discussion. Now, exemptions can be either of two types. One is unconditional exemptions and one is conditional exemptions. It can be either unconditional or conditional. Now the first question comes, what is the difference between these two? Unconditional, sometimes also called as absolute exemptions. As the name says, there is no condition attached. It is unconditional. Let us take an example to understand this. If government says transportation of passengers by road is exempt, the government says transportation of passengers by road is exempt, it is exempt. There is no special condition attached. So this is unconditional exemptions. Now then what is conditional exemption? Let us say if government says transportation of passengers by road only by a non-AC buses are exempt. So government is saying it is exempt only if it is through non-AC bus it is exempt, then it is conditional. So there is a condition attached to it. So exemptions can be both. It can be either conditional or unconditional one. It continues to say the exemptions can be given wholly or partly. They are saying exemptions can be wholly or partly. Now first question comes, what is again the difference between these two, wholly and partly? Let us take one more example to understand this. Say there is a service and the bill came up to rupees 1 lakh. Okay, so let us say it is a beauty parlor service only for the example purpose, and the bill came up to rupees 1 lakh. Now if government says on entire 1 lakh you don't pay GST, it is wholly exempted. On entire 1 lakh you don't pay GST, it is wholly exempted. But if government says on 50% you don't pay, but on remaining 50% you pay, this is exemptions given partly. So on the part of the amount there is exemption, and on the part of the amount there is tax. So I repeat the entire point we discussed till now. The government on recommendation of GST Council can exempt conditionally or unconditionally, and these exemptions can be wholly or partly. Now comes the important question. How these exemptions are communicated to the general public? How these exemptions are communicated to the general public? It can be communicated through notification. Now if a government notifies, if the government notifies the general public saying that these goods are exempted, these services are exempted, then it is covered under subsection 1 of Section 11. Now the last part of Section 11 subsection 1, it talks about from which date these exemptions will be effective. Let us say that government issued a notification on 1st of July. Government issued a notification on 1st of July saying that from 15th of July there won't be any tax on educational services. Just an example, on 1st of July, government issued a notification saying that from 15th of July, there won't be any GST on educational services. From which date this notification is effective? From 1st of July or from 15th of July? It is from the date what is mentioned in the notification. In this notification, it is mentioned as it will be effective from 15th of July. So if anyone is providing educational services from 15th of July, there is no GST. On the other hand, if someone is providing educational services on 10th of July, there is GST on that, because notification is only valid from 15th of July. So let us sum up the entire section 11 subsection 1. First it said government can give exemption on recommendation of GST Council. Now it can communicate it to people by issue of notification. Now these exemptions can be conditional or unconditional. These exemptions can be given either wholly or partly, and we also learned from which date these exemptions will be effective. That is the date which is mentioned in the exemption notification. From that date, these exemptions will be effective.